Greetings and salutations. This is going to be the 4th video in this series after the introduction one. The introduction one you can probably skip over. It's the 4th video that I'll release on this, where I'm playing through Command & Conquer Remastered. We're currently up to the 3rd Nod mission. I will eventually be going back and playing over the GDI side as well. But figured I'd start with the Nod side. And maybe this mission will take a little while longer. The first 2 videos were probably very short, but we'll have to see. So let us continue and get our briefing.
Kane is going to be pleased to hear how skillfully you've handled yourself. And a word from me to Kane goes a long way in the Brotherhood. These walls imprison many friends and members of the Brotherhood. Free them regardless of cost. Overwhelm the prison, but leave it standing.
I'm actually curious about the live action briefings as to what they've actually done to improve that footage, because to a certain degree it's all fine and well saying that it's remastered, but the original was actually interlaced. If you're not familiar with what that means, basically the interlaced conception is you can trim down the size of the video, which was kind of important back in the day because everything had to fit on a single CD. And interlacing, basically you render every other line, and I distinctly remember that being a thing because it was like it looked better the further you were away from the screen. I'm going to put these guys into a group just so I can quickly reselect them. Sell that refinery, build a new refinery.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Oops, add these guys to group 1.
Moving out. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Moving out.
We got more vehicles this time. We've got the quads and attack bikes. The attack bikes are slightly better at killing vehicles. We've got the comm center now at least, so that'll enable the radar. But yeah, with it being interlaced, you know, basically they got rid of every other line, which compressed its size but reduced its quality somewhat. For the remastering, they've done it without the interlacing, which makes me wonder how they've done that, unless they kept the masters around. I don't know, just watching those videos, there seems to be a little bit of graphical oddities that suggest to me that
Insufficient
maybe they've actually just gone ahead and by hand filled in the missing lines, and it's leaving it a little bit blurry. I don't know. I'm curious to if they've actually got some degree of information.
Unit lost. New construction.
We've actually got rocket soldiers on this one.
Building.
We are going to need an engineer
ready.
to capture that prison, but
Building.
the way that I prefer to do this is just go in there with
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building.
Basic troops, clear out the base, and then come in at a later point with...
Unit ready.
Will you stop shooting my harvesters?
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Takes so much more time to build rocket soldiers.
Unit ready.
Going to bump up the power a little.
Construction complete.
A power supply is only supposed to generate 100. That's 240. What was actually interesting, there was a little bit of a bug in the original. And I say bug, it possibly wasn't so much of a bug, it was more of an oddity. And that was the fact that in the manual it told you exactly how much power each building took and generated. But when it came to the game,
Unit ready.
it only said that you were sort of like low power,
Unit
plenty of
lost.
power. Will you just shoot that guy? Thank you.
Acknowledged.
You're a
out.
civilian.
Building.
Acknowledged.
I
Moving
think
out.
the
Unit
initial
ready.
rush is over.
Moving out.
Building.
Acknowledged.
That guy shot me.
Unit lost.
Nope.
Unit
Yes.
ready.
Ready and waiting.
Crumbs.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Building.
I'm just gonna spam out lots of people.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
If I was paying attention, I might have done
got it.
machine gunner, minigunner.
Unit ready.
I love the way there's a minigun.
Building.
That is nowhere near a minigun in size or usage. That's a rifle.
Unit ready.
Right away, sir.
But yeah, back onto the
Building.
building thing. It's like it told you exactly
Insufficient funds.
how much power you
Unit
had
ready.
and needed for everything
Building.
in the manual, but it totally forgot to mention that
Unit ready.
when it came to the game. And all it
Building.
said is like
Unit
insufficient
lost.
power, low power, and high power.
Unit
And
ready.
there we go. We've taken care
Unit
of
lost.
the
Unit
harvester.
ready. Unit lost.
Reporting.
good to see that they've
Building.
not tweaked
Unit
that out.
ready.
One of the things is I've built two
Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Hands of Nod, which basically mean that it doubles
Unit lost.
the production capability, which basically means it takes half as long to
Unit ready.
create a unit.
Not a problem.
Building.
I should
Unit
probably
ready.
slow down.
Yes.
Yeah,
Moving
one
out.
of those guys over?
Moving out. Right away,
There we
sir.
go.
Affirmative. Right away, sir. Affirmative. You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit
Destroy my
lost.
harvester. I'm going to be very annoyed at you people.
Reporting. Moving out.
Building. Unit
So, yeah.
ready.
I'm
Building.
spending
Roger.
a lot of credits.
Yes, sir.
And you are in desperate need of repairs, and I have no way of repairing you.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
So
ready.
that's pretty much the map uncovered.
Building.
Roger.
I need
Unit
to pay a
ready.
little more attention to this radar. Does that button? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh. Oh, you still click it just at the top.
Building. Unit ready.
Moving out.
Building.
I love the way it says
Unit ready.
strong versus aircraft, and it's
Building.
like, though, you know, aircraft
Unit
doesn't come
ready.
in for a while yet. And even when it does come in, it is so fast
Roger.
that it is very difficult to
Roger.
get any kind of
Building.
attack
Unit
off
ready.
in terms
Building.
of.
Insufficient funds.
I think there's a
Unit
bug. It keeps adding to this list. But yeah, I think they're out of money
Moving
now
out.
that I took out their harvester. Because usually they expect them to be swarming more people at me.
Building.
Let's build my engineer.
Got it.
Let's see how much of
Moving
a
out.
terrible idea this is.
Affirmative.
In the original game, one of the interesting things was that like, you had to damage the structure before the engineer would take hold. This is where things get weird.
Unit
Oh,
lost.
Got it.
that
Moving out.
thing!
Reporting. Roger. Moving
Stay
out.
away from the gun at the front.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Right away, sir.
No,
Moving out.
go upwards. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you know, you can take it out, but if you actually select everybody, then nobody fires anything. Yeah, he's coming back.
Unit ready.
But yeah, you had to weaken the structure before you'd be able to
Unit lost. Unit
take it
lost.
out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Those grenadiers, though.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
And the number of times that I'd screw up a mission because it's all like, yep,
Building.
you just need to be
Unit
able to
ready.
Moving out. Affirmative.
capture this building, and it's like, okay, first of all you got to weaken it, and then you
away,
blink
sir.
for a moment, everybody just absolutely annihilates the
Yes.
building, and you end up a little bit unstuck,
Moving out.
because you didn't
Moving out.
Building.
Dubry, what's it? Flibberty flob. You didn't just damage the building, you just annihilated it. And boop, there it went. So the number of times where it's all like you get so far through a mission and you just save it just in case there was an off chance of you accidentally destroying the building.
Ready.
I need to take out their... I need to take out so many things. A bit of everything.
Is under attack. New construction options. Unit lost. Building. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost.
That's not what I intended to do at all. Thanks for warning me, game, that you were going to do something along those lines.
Building. Unit ready. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
So the engineer just basically went into their MTV. I got an achievement called a bit of everything.
Ready.
And I was all a bit of everything, and then the
Building.
Eva was like
ready.
base is under attack, and it's like
ready.
no, it's not. I can see on the radar that it's not under attattack, and they're going after my harvester again.
Ready.
Unit report.
And that's a dead one.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Shoot, we're going to be able to get rid of it.
Awaiting order. Affirmative.
Run it over. Run it over.
Unit lost.
Shoot. Well, that's not nice.
Building.
Another refinery.
Reporting.
Bomb.
Moving out.
Insufficient funds.
That's actually got a scroll bar. That's potentially going to be annoying.
Moving out.
Because insufficient funds is one of the things that you do like all of the time.
Yes, sir.
They seem to have broken the AI somewhere along the line. I don't remember it being this dumb.
Got it. Affirmative.
That's a bit annoying that they're taking damage even though they're full health.
Moving out. You got it. Moving out. Affirmative.
And I'm down to one harvester, so that's also a bit annoying. This is the moment in the game where it just takes a while because people are just moving around.
Got it.
Come on.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Well, all them people who are full health running into that place are now all half dead. I really need to take out that barracks this time. Tempted just to actually build another...
Building.
What are they called?
On hold. Cancelled.
Engineers. Jumping into that and then selling it. An interesting facet of this generation of gaming is all like, you know, you still see it a little bit. It depends on the game. Some are very homogenized.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no. I suppose you see it a lot more these days.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Can we get rid of this? No, we can't. Not really. They're all just gonna wipe me out.
Unit lost. Building.
I think they're
On
going
hold.
to...
Cancel.
Yeah, they are. They're going to send
On
people
hold.
towards me, and I have nobody left.
Building.
Moving out right away, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Roger.
Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Ready and wait.
Unit ready.
Ready and
Building.
wait right away, sir.
Come on.
Not a problem.
Chat that guy.
Building. Unit ready.
Affirmative. Not a problem.
Building.
Affirmative. 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 You got it.
If that harvester
Roger,
could
yes.
just run him over, that'd
got
be
it.
great.
Right away, sir.
Yeah, I don't remember the AI being as dumb as
Ready and waiting.
this one currently is. Because you notice the units got stuck down there because it's like they were probably trying to attack something, and it's like you move from there to there, and it's like nope, can't attack it from here. Move closer to it. There we go. That guy's out.
Roger.
Still waiting on this refinery, still waiting on more minigunners.
Ready and waiting. Got it. Ready and waiting.
I'm
Got
actually tempted to hold up here
Yes,
a little
sir.
and not just
Affirmative.
charge in this
Reporting.
time. The building's going to be a bit of a pain. They should
Unit
at some
ready.
point start running out of money.
Reporting.
And we'll be unable to produce any more units. But I can't see their silos.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, there's insufficient
Vehicle reporting.
funds. This is why you want more than one harvester. Just so long that it's taking. So yeah, back in the day, in the game that kind of preceded Command and Conquer is a lesser known title called Dune 2. Well, that's not Doom, that's Dune. And I say that because it got, when I was a kid, a lot of people confused when I was saying, oh yeah, I played Dune 2 on my PC a lot. And it's like, oh, you played Doom? And it's like, no, Dune. And so yeah, I enunciate Dune, and I also clarify that that's not Doom, it's Dune. And that was very homogenized in terms of units. It had 3 factions, and there was only 1 unique unit per faction, although there was a little bit of cases where the bad guys are trying to get around me. And there was a few units which were only available, but across the board it was largely very much selling. Everybody had access to these, and these. And oh god, you guys are going to be annoying. You 5 go up that way.
Construction complete.
You guys go up that way.
Right away, sir.
And take care of them.
Waiting. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Moving out. You got it. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir.
Build that refinery. I got plenty of power. I'm gonna keep it this time.
Building.
More minigunners.
Unit ready. Building.
And
Unit ready.
Command and Conquer was
Building.
sort of like one of the first that had
Unit
very
ready.
distinctly
Insufficient
different
funds.
Moving out.
units for the 2 factions. And when I say distinctly different, if you go away and look up World of Warcraft, which came out, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft Orcs and Humans, the original, it came out in roughly a comparable time. I have a feeling that it was more the era of Dune than Command and Conquer, but I could be wrong. And that had very distinctly different units in terms of graphics, but if you looked under the hood, it didn't matter whether it was a troll spear thrower or a human archer. They both had pretty much exactly the same stats, and the same applied across the board. You know, you had the human soldier and the orc grunt, and they both had the same stats. It varied a little bit on which spells they had access to.
Building.
But at the same token, it was very homogenized.
Unit ready.
Whereas
Building.
Right away, sir.
Unit
Moving out.
Command and
ready.
Conquer, it's
Building.
like as soon as you get
Unit
past
ready.
Moving out.
infantry, and even the infantry differs. We've got the rocket launcher. They've got the grenadier. The basic vehicles, and there is some degree of comparison. The Humvee and the Nod quad
Building.
are 90%
Unit ready.
identical. They're
Building.
both
Unit
good against infantry. They've
Building.
both got essentially
Unit ready. Building.
heavy
Unit
machine
ready.
gun and.
Ready
Building.
and waiting. You got it.
Insufficient funds.
See, why are you
Moving out.
saying insufficient funds? I'm not actually trying to build anything. That zooms the map and takes off a colour. Sell mode, buy mode.
Acknowledged.
See, the problem is these grenades are really good against infantry, and they've only got one grenadier, but he's likely to be able to make a mess of me.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
I'm gonna bring this guy up, and if it starts going badly again, I'm just gonna charge that guy into that barracks and take care of it.
Affirmative.
This high resolution does actually make it nice that you can actually zoom in a little and you know, really see the detail on these.
Right away, sir.
Take out that guy, take out that guy, take him out, take him out.
Unit lost.
There we go.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Right,
lost.
run in the engineer. No,
Unit
move back
lost.
away from the observation tower.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost. GDI building captured.
Yes, right
Our
away, sir.
base is under attack.
Affirmative.
New construction options.
Ha ha ha!
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
And that's the way you deal with that one. I love the way that it said new
Building.
construction options, but now
Unit
that I
ready.
sold it, I didn't even
Building.
get to see those options.
Unit
Well, yeah, because
ready.
they had very different, and you could actually take
Building.
over enemy buildings,
Unit
like
ready.
I have been doing, partially by
Building.
accident, partially intentionally.
Unit ready.
Um,
Building.
if you could actually get hold of
Unit
their
ready.
building, you can make their
Got
units.
it. Right away, sir.
Which to a certain degree makes it very interesting in terms of, so like, you know, if early in a game you actually manage to get hold of their construction yard, you can basically go back off to your base and build whatever you want. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you would never really in a position to take advantage of that, or it'd never be a sensible option to take advantage of it. As we saw in this case, it's like I captured the MCV and the construction yard, and it's like, yeah, now all I actually want to do is take out the rest of the base. I don't really need any more structures. And I'm trying to think if there's many missions where there's 2 places to attack. Enough to the point where it's like you might take over one base and then build up your forces.
Yes, sir. You got it. Yes, moving out.
I'm just destroying buildings now because I can, and hopefully to a certain degree, if I can take out this refinery, I can give the engineer a straight walk up across the top. Because I have a bad feeling that there'll be another turret thing over here, and that'll just make a mess of it. But it wasn't just, you know, the construction yards taking over refineries.
Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Moving out.
It's a great tactic for a sudden influx
Mission
of
accomplished.
currency. Taking over silos did the same. Taking over production and then selling them, it's a great way of destroying them and making yourself a little bit of money, but you've got to spend that 500 credits on a engineer. When I did it for the barracks, that was just because it was aggravating, because they were pumping out units, they were shooting my men faster than I could deal with them. And you know, by taking it over and selling it, it dealt with the problem quickly rather than having to deal with all the inventory that was pumping out. And I too have a feeling that the game was cheating a little bit there. It just felt like they should have run out of credits long before they did. But, you know, it's a well-documented fact that a lot of old video games, especially of the real-time strategy style, did cheat. It was just because of failings in their AI that if it wasn't cheating, then it was like it'd stumble somewhere along the way and it just won't be any competition. The thing is, sometimes it would do like what we saw there, it would be totally out of credits, but because the AI knows that it should have about 7 units rather than getting stuck in a loop trying to build a unit but not being able to and screw things up. It's just like, let them build the unit. It keeps the player from being able to just completely stomp all over them by taking out things like their harvester, like their construction yard. And at the end of the day, you know, if you've taken out their harvesters, if you've taken out their construction yard, it does cause them issues. Anyway, this was the third mission for Nod. It's actually interesting to see that the top scores are actually divided up by actual mission, which means that I probably will not see too many competing top scores because I'll always be the top scorer, and I'm not likely to replay too many missions in this. Let's see where we're going off to next. We're going to... I don't know where this is. I'm bad at geography. Chad. I'll put my teeth in and try and say that again. For the fourth mission, we will be going off to Chad. It's funny, I remember a lot of these missions, but only as I'm doing them. It's like I cannot think what happens now if I click the continue button. But as soon as the briefing happens, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's this mission, not a problem. Hopefully. Hopefully it's that, not one of them missions where it's like, oh god, I remember this, I hate it so much. Anyway, this was the third one, I've already said that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. I'll be coming back next video doing the fourth mission for Nod, and hope to see you then. Bye!